Now let's just talk about the learning objective, which is describe the principal protected notes, which is the PPNs, and explain necessary conditions to create a PPN. Okay. So a principal protected note is a security that is created from a single option such that the investor benefits from any gain in the value of a specified portfolio without the risk of losses. I'll give you an example on this. Now, the reason why we use this PPN in the very first place is because we want to protect our principal amount. Plus, we also want to get some benefit on the money that we can make on a derivative position. Specifically, we buy a call option. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you have in your bank account, let's say that you have 50 lakh rupees. Okay. So this is the principal that you have in your bank. Now, maybe after, let's say 2 years down the line, okay, you want to buy a house. So what you can think about, or how you can think about PPNs, is that you can approach the bank or any seller or any issuer who is giving out this PPN. So essentially how this thing is going to work is that with this 50 lakh, you say to the bank that, okay, I've got this 50 lakh right now at day 0. But after 2 years, that is T is equal to 2 years, I need this 50 lakh over here. Okay, I need this 50 lakh after 2 years because I want to buy a house. I don't want to hurt my principal amount. Okay, I don't want even a 1 rupee lesser than 50 lakh. So the bank, they'll offer you a principal protected note wherein your principal, maybe whatever the duration is, it's going to be protected, and it's a note, just like we have a treasury bonds, treasury notes. Okay, similarly, we have this principal protected note. Now you must be wondering, I'm keeping this 50 lakh and after 2 years, I'm still getting 50 lakh. Then why should I choose this PPN? Does it make sense? If you invest this money in a fixed deposit, let's say it's paying you maybe 8% interest, then over this 2-year period, your 50 lakh will increase in value, right? Maybe it's going to become 55 lakh, 60 lakh, whatever it is. But you can own this interest, right? That's the point. But this PPN, how it works is like it gives you the opportunity. Okay. Firstly, it gives you the opportunity to protect your principal. Plus, it gives you an opportunity to invest, okay, out of this money, as a little portion in a call option. Okay. And if the call option is in the money at the end of 2 years, if the call option is in the money, you make a lot of money from this derivative position, that is the call option. Okay. So that's the idea behind it. You are taking a risk with this derivative position, that is the call option. But your principal, your major condition is that my principal has to be protected. This is also getting satisfied with a principal protected note. And this is the reason why, rather than going for an FT or some other instrument, we use this PPN. Okay, I'm going to give you the example. So for your information, this is as good as the fiduciary call portfolio in the put call parity. Again, as I said, P plus S is equal to C plus present value of X. This is the put call parity equation. P plus S, we just saw it. It's the protective portfolio. That means you have a portfolio worth stock as well as a long put. And this one, C plus present value of X. Okay, this portfolio is known as fiduciary call, and PPNs, okay, it's as good as a fiduciary call. That means you have a call option, which is buying a call option over here, and you have this present value of a zero coupon bond, which has the strike price of X. So just for your information, this is the fiduciary call, and that's the PPN. They work on similar grounds, having this as the base portfolio. Okay, then we have to understand that principal protection, it does come with a cost. As I said, you will lose the interest of 8% in our FT example, in a fixed deposit example that we had. You're going to lose money on that. Your 50 lakh, even though it's protected at the end, but the amount of money that you could have earned on this portfolio for this time period, that is something that you lose with the PPN. Okay, now let's take an example here. So suppose we have a 5-year zero coupon bond with a face value of $100,000. Okay, and the annually compounded discount rate of 4%. Now with a zero coupon bond, we know that this is time zero. This is, it's a 5-year zero coupon. So let's say this is a 5-year period. We know the face value is something that you get at the end. At the maturity, you will get $100,000. Fair enough. But what is the value of purchasing this $100,000 zero coupon bond? So you take a present value of this thing back to today. Okay, the present value is 100,000 divided by 1 plus the risk-free rate is 4%. We are taking the present value back to 5 years. So we just have it over here to the power 5. And once you calculate this, it's going to come to $82,193. Okay, so this is my cost to buy this zero coupon bond. Okay, I need to pay $82,193, this $82,193, and at the end of 5 years, I will have $100,000. Now the entire point is that we are imagining a situation that we need, okay, we need at the maturity over here, we need $100,000 for, or maybe after 5 years. That's what we are thinking, or that's what we want a position. Okay, so in order to get this principal at the end of 5 years worth $100,000, what is something that we need to spend? We need to spend $82,193. Okay, so effectively, if I invest 82,000, roughly this much, in a zero coupon bond, after 5 years, I will have $100,000. So my principal is protected. Okay, now let's look at the second portfolio that we have over here. The second portfolio, it says that a 5-year call option on investment Y with the current market value and the strike price is equal to $100,000. So it says that buy call option where X is equal to 100,000 and the current market price, the stock price or whatever the price of that particular asset is also 100,000. Okay, so this is the situation that we have. So it's basically at the money. The call is at the money. It's neither making profit, neither it's giving me a loss. So it's at the money. Okay. And to buy this call option, we have to spend this much, 17,807. Okay. Now, how do we come up with this? Or basically, there's an instrument that is available in the market for $70,807. Now, if you add this, plus if you add this, you will get $100,000. So basically, in the last example, I gave you that, okay, you have 50 lakhs now, and you want to get 50 lakhs for your house. Okay. So what essentially in PPN, what we are doing is we are taking some money out of this. Let's say we are bifurcating this thing that, okay, you invest 45 lakhs in a zero coupon bond. Eventually you'll reach to your goal of 50 lakhs. But the 5 lakhs that you have now, you invest this in a call option. Because at the end of this 5 year, at the maturity, if this call option is in the money, if it is making a lot of money, you will have more than 50 lakhs. This 50 lakh of the zero coupon bond plus this call option. Okay. So that's what we are doing for this $100,000. We invested 82,000 in this zero coupon bond, and the other money that was left out, we purchased a call option. Okay. So this is how it's gonna look like. We first bought, or we buy a 5 year zero coupon bond, which pays X is equal to 100,000. Okay. The cost for this is 82,193. And then the left out money from this $100,000, we buy a call option, which actually cost us 17,807. So the total cost is again $100,000. This is my total cost. Now let's look at the maturity. So at the maturity, this 5 year zero coupon bond, it's going to pay you $100,000. So your principal, the money that you needed for any purposes, that is protected, right? That's first thing. Secondly, let's look at the call option. Now, for this call option, okay, understand, if the stock price is greater than the exercise price, then you will make money on this call option. That means at the maturity, you will have $100,000 plus you will have this, whatever the values are, if the stock price is, let's say 100, and let's say if the stock price is 150,000, the exercise price was 100,000. So you will have $50,000 extra just because of this call option. Okay. And let's say the stock price is, let's say 95,000, and the exercise price was 100,000. You have a negative payoff, so you will not exercise this call option, and whatever premium that you paid, okay, you will just leave it away, right? So essentially, the point with the PPNs is that you have a thought process, like you want to keep your balance of 100,000 to be protected, whatever the time period is. Okay, you want it to be protected, plus you want to play with a call option. You want to see whether, if this call option, if it's in the money, you make more profits. If it's out of the money, no worries. At least you have your principal protected for your house, for your studies, or for whatever the reason is. Okay. So that is how the principal protected notes, that's how they work. Now over here, pay attention that PPNs can only be generated from investments that have an income stream. Now, what do we mean by that? As an example, let's say the call, okay, this call option, it is currently at the money, which is the stock price is equal to the exercise price is equal to the $100,000. Okay, so now just imagine that this asset or this call option that is at the money. Now we're going to be using the put call parity, and we're going to explain that what do we mean by the PPN having the income stream, or the main question is that should we create a PPN or should we not? That is the main question. So this is the put call parity, and as you can see, that is the put call parity is P plus the stock price that is equal to C plus the present value of X. This is the put call parity equation, and as you can see, if I just rearrange it for the call option, I get P plus S, and then this goes the negative value, takes the negative value, and let's say the put value for this particular simple example, the example that we have here, let's just assume the put value is 0. Okay, there's no cost of buying the put option. That's what we are assuming. Okay, and then what is the stock? That's going to be $100,000. That's what we have over here. And what about the present value of X? The present value of X is already calculated for 82,000 and minus 82,193. Now if I just calculate this thing, I will have the value for my call option. Put option is assumed to be 0, and then it's gonna be this particular answer, which is 17,807. Now this says that the call option is worth 17,807, assuming, okay, assuming that there is no cost to the put option, that the put option is 0. That's what we are assuming. So I can go to the market, I can create this particular PPN, I can invest in a 0 coupon bond, and I can buy this call option for 17,807, which we have already calculated to be here. But now let's just twist this thing and let's just assume that the put option that we have over here in this put call parity equation, let's just say it is available for $5,000. Now suddenly this 0, it's gonna be $5,000. So now what is going to be your new call option? It's going to be 23,807. But with this PPN that we have created here, out of this $1 lakh or $100,000, I've already paid 82,193 for this 0 coupon bond, because I want to protect my principal for the maturity, right? I want to have this 1 lakh. I can't compromise on this. And the other money that I have, okay, the other portion, which is 17,807, this is something that I wanted to buy the call option so that I can get into a derivative position. But now the same call is available for 23,807. Now this has increased my budget by $5,000. Now where do we get this 5,000? This put option that we factored the cost to be $5,000. So essentially, if this is the case, the point is that if this is the case, then we need to make sure that we earn this extra $5,000, that is the cost of the put option here. We have to earn this from the asset. You know, in this particular derivative position, that asset has to give you some sort of an income stream, maybe the dividends or something like that, so that you can set off this cost of $5,000, so that the overall, the net cost of this call option, it should come to 17,807, which is a part of the PPN cost. So that is the point, guys. A lot of people are actually confused. What do we mean by having an income stream, and should we create a PPN or not? We have to make sure that, okay, if we are buying this call and if we are buying this 0 coupon bond, the overall cost, okay, it should be 1 lakh, because that's what we have. And if there is an increase in the derivative call, then we have to make sure that the asset, okay, the investment, that should have an income stream, so that it should compensate us for this extra cost that you see here. Okay, and that's what it's been written down here, because the income from investment Y is not owned by the investor. That lowers the value of the call. Therefore, if the income from investment Y is this particular Y is high enough, then it allows the opportunity to issue a PPN. Over here we are assuming that the put call the put option is worth $0, which practically might not be the case. So in that situation, when the put is a non-zero value, that means it's more than zero, then in that situation the investment Y should have some income so that we are compensated for this increased call option cost. Okay, so I hope that this entire PPN is clear now.